just 20 minutes every day, you can unlock an energy that no obstacle can drain, no challenge can defeat, and no stress can overpower. So today, let us journey together into the art of unlocking our true energy in just 20 minutes. The energy of awareness is perhaps one of the most underrated powers in our life. So often, we move through our mornings almost like machines, repeating the same routines without truly noticing them. We wake up, grab the phone, scroll through messages, get out of bed half-heartedly, and rush into the chaos of the day. And what happens? The day feels heavy, our energy feels drained even before we've begun, and our mind keeps asking, "Why do I feel so tired?" The reason is simple: where your awareness goes, your energy follows. If the first 20 minutes of your day are filled with distraction, worry and noise, your energy gets pulled into those directions and scattered like drops of water on hot sand. But if the first 20 minutes are filled with conscious awareness, gratitude, and connection to the divine, then your energy flows into alignment like a river flowing smoothly towards the ocean. Think of it this way. Imagine you have a torch in your hand. Wherever you point it, that place becomes illuminated. If you point it towards dark corners, that's where the light will shine. If you point it at a beautiful flower, that's what will glow in front of you. Awareness is the torch of the mind. When you point it towards problems, you magnify the problems. When you point it towards possibilities, you magnify the possibilities. So, the first secret to unlocking energy in just 20 minutes is to wake up and deliberately choose where to place your awareness. For example, instead of instantly reaching for your phone in the morning, pause for a moment. Place your hand on your heart, feel the rhythm of your breath, and remind yourself, "I have been gifted another day by God." This is not ordinary, this is extraordinary. When this awareness fills your heart, even ordinary moments like sipping water, watching the sunrise, or simply stretching your arms feel alive with energy. It is as if the soul has been reminded of its divine connection. Many people think that energy comes from food, coffee, or sleep alone. Yes, these are important, but the truth is, your awareness can either double or drain your energy regardless of what you eat or drink. Haven't you noticed that on some days you might be physically tired, but the awareness of something exciting, a new opportunity, meeting a loved one, or traveling somewhere, suddenly gives you energy you didn't know you had? That's the power of awareness. It can turn fatigue into fuel and heaviness into inspiration. Let us take a very simple daily example. Imagine two people wake up on the same morning. One opens his eyes and instantly thinks, "Oh no, another day of stress, more deadlines, more problems." That awareness begins to drain him before his feet even touch the ground. His posture droops, his tone is low, and by the time he's ready to leave home, his energy feels like a balloon that has already lost air. Now imagine another person waking up and saying, "Thank you, God, for this new chance. Today is an opportunity to serve, to grow, to smile." That awareness, even though it takes less than a minute, fills him with energy. He may have the same workload, the same responsibilities, but because his awareness is directed towards gratitude and possibility, he carries lightness in his steps, brightness in his eyes, and strength in his actions. This is the energy of awareness. Awareness is like the steering wheel of your inner car. You can either let it turn towards traffic jams of negativity, or you can steer it towards open roads of positivity. In just 20 minutes of deliberate awareness every morning, you can redirect your entire day. You can sit in silence, breathe deeply, and simply observe your thoughts without judging them. You will notice that when awareness shines on your thoughts, they lose their power to control you. Just like when you shine a light on shadows, they disappear. Sometimes people ask, but how can I keep awareness when life is so stressful? The answer is, awareness is not about removing stress. It's about seeing stress differently. If your awareness tells you, this problem is not here to destroy me, but to teach me, suddenly your energy doesn't shrink in front of the problem. It expands to face it. It's not about what happens outside. It's about where your inner light is directed. In spiritual traditions across the world, sages have said that when we are not aware, we live half asleep. Our body may be awake, but our soul is dozing. Awareness is the alarm clock of the soul. It awakens you to see that every moment is precious, every breath is divine, and every morning is a new beginning. And once you start your day with this realization, your energy cannot be stolen by trivial things. Someone may criticize you, but your awareness reminds you, their words do not define me. Something may not go as planned, but awareness whispers, this is God's way of redirecting me. That is the secret. Awareness transforms your perception, and perception transforms your energy. The moment you decide to dedicate the first 20 minutes of your day to conscious awareness, whether by reflecting, praying, meditating, or simply being present, you are no longer starting your day with scattered energy. You are starting it with focus, gratitude, and divine connection. And this small shift changes everything. So the next time you wake up, remember that your awareness is the key. Don't let it be hijacked by messages, news, or complaints. Instead, let it be guided by gratitude, silence, and presence. Direct your awareness like a torch towards light, and light will fill your path. In those 20 minutes, you unlock not only your energy for the day, but also your connection with the source of infinite energy, God Himself. Breath is one of the simplest yet most powerful gifts we have been given, and sadly, it is also the one we often take for granted the most. From the very first moment we entered this world, breath became the rhythm of life within us. It has never left us for even a single second. Whether we are awake or asleep, happy or sad, strong or weak, breath is the invisible companion that sustains us. And yet, how often do we pause to truly notice it? How often do we recognize that every breath we take is not just air? It is life, it is energy. It is God's way of saying, I am still with you. When we live unconsciously, we breathe, but we don't connect. We inhale and exhale, but our mind is busy elsewhere. But when we breathe consciously, we suddenly realize how powerful this simple act is. In just 20 minutes of mindful breathing, we can reset our entire body, calm our restless mind, and reconnect with our soul. It is like having a switch inside us that can instantly restore balance, yet most of us forget to use it. Think of a moment when you were angry. Did you notice how your breath became shallow and fast? Think of a moment when you were deeply relaxed, perhaps watching the sunset or sitting by the sea. Your breath was slow, deep, and natural. This shows us something profound. Our emotions and energy are directly linked to our breathing. When the breath is disturbed, the mind is disturbed. When the breath is calm, the mind is calm. Therefore, by consciously working with our breath, we are not only breathing air, we are breathing peace, clarity, and divine strength into ourselves. In our busy modern lives, we run after so many things to gain energy. People drink multiple cups of coffee, swallow energy tablets, or push themselves with artificial stimulants. Yet the most natural source of energy has always been within us, the breath. It carries oxygen, which nourishes every cell, but it also carries prana, the life force, the divine energy that keeps us alive. When you inhale deeply, you are not just filling your lungs, you are inviting vitality, you are inviting God's presence into your very being. Let me share a simple example. Imagine you are at work, overwhelmed by deadlines. Your head feels heavy, your body feels tense, and you think, I just can't go on. In that moment, instead of reaching for yet another cup of tea or coffee, pause for just 1 minute. Close your eyes, sit upright and take 10 slow, deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, hold for a few seconds, and exhale gently. As you do this, feel the tension leaving your body. Notice how your mind begins to clear. You suddenly feel lighter, calmer, and surprisingly more energized. Now imagine if just 1 minute of conscious breathing can shift your energy so much. What can 20 minutes do? It can transform your entire day. Breath is also a teacher. It teaches us balance. When we breathe in, we receive. When we breathe out, we give. If we only inhaled and never exhaled, life would be impossible. If we only exhaled and never inhaled, life would also end. This shows us that life is about balance. Between giving and receiving, between action and rest, between holding on and letting go. Every breath is a reminder that we are meant to live in harmony, not in extremes. When we become aware of this, our energy naturally aligns with the rhythm of life itself. Many times, stress enters our lives not because of situations, but because of how we breathe during those situations. When we are anxious, our shallow breaths feed the anxiety further. But when we slow down and take conscious, deeper breaths, it is as if we are telling the body, you are safe, you are calm, you are supported, and the body listens. In this way, the breath becomes like a bridge that connects the restless mind with the peaceful soul, the physical self with the divine. If you look at people who meditate or those who are deeply spiritual, you will notice one thing: they all pay attention to the breath. Why? Because in the rhythm of breathing lies the rhythm of God's presence. When you focus on your breath, you stop wandering into the past and future, and you return to the present moment. And it is only in the present moment that life truly exists. The past is memory, the future is imagination, but the breath is real. That is why conscious breathing gives us energy, not just physical energy, but mental clarity and spiritual strength. Think of a time when you were watching a sunrise, sitting by a river, or standing in the rain. You probably breathed a little deeper, felt a little more alive. Why? Because in that moment, your awareness connected with your breath. The beauty outside awakened the power inside. This is what 20 minutes of mindful breathing can do every single day. It can help us experience that same aliveness without waiting for special moments. Breath is sacred. It is the invisible thread that ties us to God. The day it stops, our journey here ends. So why not honor it while we have it? Why not use it as a tool to energize ourselves, to purify our thoughts, and to stay connected with the divine presence within us? By simply closing our eyes and breathing deeply with awareness for 20 minutes every morning, we can create a foundation of peace and strength for the entire day. The beauty is, you don't need equipment, you don't need a special place, and you don't need anyone else. All you need is yourself and your breath, and in that simplicity lies the greatest power. For those who practice it, mindful breathing is not just an exercise, it is a prayer, a meditation, and a source of limitless energy. So, the next time you feel drained, instead of searching outside, remember to look within. Take a breath, take it consciously, and realize that every inhalation is God gifting you life again, and every exhalation is your way of letting go and trusting. This realization alone can unlock a river of energy inside you waiting to flow. The body is often called a temple, a sacred gift given to us by God. Yet so many of us treat it more like a storage house than a temple. We carry our worries in it. We pile our stress onto it, and we neglect it with habits that drain its vitality. We forget that this body is not just a physical machine. It is the vessel through which our soul experiences life. And when the vessel is heavy, tired, or stiff, even the soul's light feels dimmed. That is why movement is such a powerful source of energy. In just 20 minutes of gentle stretching, walking, or simple exercise, we can awaken the life force within and remind our body that it is not here to suffer, but to serve, not here to drag through the day, but to dance with it. Think about a moment when you sat for hours, maybe at work, staring at a screen. After a while, your back started aching, your neck grew stiff, and your energy seemed to sink lower and lower. Then, after standing up, stretching your arms, or taking a short walk, something shifted. You felt lighter, more awake, more alive. That small act of movement was not just about muscles. It was about releasing stuck energy. The truth is, energy does not like to stay trapped. When we move, energy flows. When we stay still for too long without awareness, energy stagnates and we feel drained. Movement is not only about physical health. It is about spiritual gratitude. Every time you move your body, you are saying thank you for the gift of mobility. Thank you for the legs that can walk, the arms that can stretch, the heart that can beat stronger. There are countless souls who would give anything for the ability to move freely, and yet those of us who can often forget to honor it. When you dedicate even 20 minutes a day to mindful movement, you are not just exercising, you are praying with your body, you are worshipping by keeping the temple clean and alive. We often think that to energize ourselves through movement, we need fancy gyms, expensive trainers, or complicated routines. But the reality is far simpler. Energy awakens even with the smallest acts. A slow walk in the morning air, feeling the freshness on your face, can fill you with peace. A few stretches on your mat, loosening the stiffness of sleep, can open your body like a flower greeting the sun. Even dancing to your favorite uplifting music for a few minutes can remind you that joy itself is energy in motion. The simplicity of movement is that you do not need to master anything. You just need to move. Consider the way children live. They run, they jump, they roll around on the floor. They skip without needing a reason. And what do we notice about them? They are full of energy. Rarely do children say, "I feel so drained today." Why? Because their natural state is movement. They allow energy to flow freely. As we grow older, we become more serious, we sit longer, and we get trapped in routines that make the body stagnant. But if we could bring back even a fraction of that childlike movement, our energy would rise again. In those 20 minutes, we can reclaim that forgotten vitality. There is also something deeply spiritual about connecting movement with awareness. When you walk consciously, with each step acknowledging the ground beneath your feet, it no longer feels like exercise, it feels like meditation. When you stretch your arms and breathe in deeply, it is as though you are embracing the universe. When you bow forward in a yoga pose or bend gently, it can become a gesture of surrender to God. Movement in this way becomes more than physical. It becomes a spiritual dialogue between the body and the divine. Another truth is that movement clears not just physical stiffness, but also emotional heaviness. Have you ever noticed that after a walk or a short workout, your mood improves? You may have started heavy-hearted, but you end feeling lighter. This is because emotions too get stored in the body. Anxiety tightens the chest. Sadness lowers the shoulders. Stress stiffens the jaw. Through movement, you release these silent weights. Your body sighs in relief, your mind feels clearer, and your energy flows again. Let's imagine a practical scene. You wake up, and instead of rushing straight into tasks, you give yourself 20 minutes to move. You roll your shoulders,